So the USA, of course, has got a much, much bigger UFO desk, hasn't it?
Well, had.
Had
Closed
as well.
it down in the 60s.
We're now closing ours down.
Yeah.
Because we didn't find anything.
No, and I think it all started with Winston Churchill, because he was interviewed by the Daily Telegraph in 1954. And he was asked about flying saucers and aliens, and his response was that he thought people on other planets should be treated with the contempt they deserve.
It's not very nice to immigrants. No. We've just been talking about what a welcoming country we are. I mean, the problem you have is that if there are people out there and they're constantly visiting us, or that some of these sightings may even be true, they're constantly seen in the sky, why do none of them ever land and say hello?
Well, actually, my stepmother is an alien. Well, actually, she's Estonian, but it's the same thing, really.
Ooh,
that's what I did there. The fact is, they could...
The complaints process is now underway.
In a nice way, in a nice way.
I mean, they never land because they're not there.
Let's look at the facts. First of all, there are 6 million planets in our galaxy alone. It just beggars belief to think that there is no other intelligent life.
That's another issue.
Well, it's a starting point. Then you have to decide, if there is intelligent life, would they be even 10 million years ahead of us? If so, they will be making interstellar journeys the way we will in even 2,000 years' time. Then it's a question of whether they've been here or not. I think if they've made like a 15 trillion mile journey, they'll be smart enough to cloak themselves from us. We won't be able to see them. First directive of Starfleet Command.
Why do they leave the lights on then when they arrive?
I think, as you well know, young man, as you well know, most of those sorts of observations of UFO sightings are made at roughly closing time all over the country. And I agree with you, 98% of them are explainable, but you know as well as I do, a small percentage of them have not been explained. And I think it's a crying shame that we're not, even for scientific reasons, keeping that phone line open.
Well, I agree with you on that, yeah. But I don't think it should be the military that are doing that and spending public money. I mean, I think, you know, scientists and interested individuals can do that kind of research.
Given the size of the universe, it's perfectly possible that there is life somewhere else in the universe. That seems a reasonable assumption to make. But when you look at the distances involved, I think the nearest sun, other than our own sun, is what, about 4
light years.
4 light years away, and so many are billions of light years away. It's perfectly possible, given the laws of physics, that these lives could exist and we will never cross paths.
Quite possibly.
Never.
I think it was Patrick Moore that said we would expect to visit, possibly from an intergalactic civilization, once in the entire history of humanity. And yet, if you're looking at these files, they're here every night.
Yeah, exactly. They've got nothing else to do.
Except we're just very interesting species, aren't they? They're coming to listen to your programme, perhaps. But the thing is, the reality is...
Some of them are on it.
Well, OK, yes, well, the complaints line will be once again buzzing for that.
No names, no fact drill.
The bottom line here is that, as Carl Sagan said, the universe ought to be teeming with life. There is an anomaly here. Why haven't they been here already? And I seriously believe...
Because they're too far away.
No, because... Look how much...
And maybe nobody knows how to... Even no matter how advanced you are, it's perfectly possible that nobody knows how to travel at the speed of light.
You don't have to get to the speed of light, but...
Well, you do if you're a billion miles away.
You get close to it. And how did we say they live for 100 years? They could live for 10,000 years.
But even if you travel at the speed of light, it could take 1 billion years to come from one of these stars. Am I right or am I wrong? I should do astronomy as a wee lad.
Absolutely right.
Is that right? Thank you.
There you go. But actually, the bottom line here is, no, I actually beg to differ, and I'll see your astronomy, and I'll raise you my grandfather, who was a professional astronomer, and he would tell you the galaxy is 100,000 light years across. You can make those kinds of journeys with advanced technology. In 100 years, we've gone from the first flight... Well, because in 100 years, we've come from the first flight to the most incredible advanced technology, the International Space Station. What will we be doing in 10,000 years or 1 million years? That's the kind of timescale. The big danger here, Andrew, is that intelligent civilizations could wipe themselves out. That was Carl Sagan's concern. If we survive this dangerous nuclear adolescence, if we can make it to 1 million years, then we will be the extraterrestrials. We'll be making those journeys.
All right, I just want to come back at one point before I bring our own resident alien guest here. You want us to believe... I'm not arguing with you that there could be life out there, though I do think that the distances of the universe means it's perfectly possible our paths will never cross, no matter how advanced. But you really want us to believe that some people have come here, had a look, given a wave, And then departed.
Not waved. I think it's possible.
Not waved. I made that bit
I know,
up.
but what I mean is they won't have made contact because it's too dangerous. For example, if they're carbon-based like us, we could annihilate ourselves simply through a lack of immunity to the relative diseases in the two planets.
Wouldn't they leave us a message?
Well,
that we came, we saw, we didn't conquer, we didn't like, actually, so we're going home.
That is the anomaly. The very sad thing here is the fact it doesn't happen maybe means that civilizations don't make it through this dangerous adolescence. If we do survive in the long term... Oh, you mean
that no one's become advanced and not made it? But that would mean they couldn't come here in the first place.
Yeah, that's right. That's one...
That's the opposite of what you just said.
Yeah, but that's one grim possibility. I choose to believe we can survive, and if we survive, we eventually will meet our alien friends.